In a previous video, I shared with you how I got to be sitting here and the long history behind where I happen to be at this moment. 13.8 billion years and all of cosmic and biological evolution and the emergence of human beings and also how many generations have preceded us, etc. So I shared with you the scientific model, which is, of course, conceived in consciousness. So, based on what I've already shared with you, I would actually ask you to consider something even more interesting. What if you have existed all along? What if you preceded the Big Bang? What if where you are right now is just a point of arrival in an eternal now on a journey of evolution that has a never ending horizon. So, is this even possible? So, let's start trying to unravel what I've just said. And let's unravel it from the point of view of non dual thinking and the idea that consciousness, which is formless, without borders, infinite, spaceless, timeless, incomprehensible, but the source of all experience, let's start with that. If we assume that consciousness is the ontological primitive, irreducible, fundamental, spaceless, timeless, borderless, infinite, incomprehensible, superposition of all possibilities of experience, then one could argue that consciousness preceded life, and that is who we are, and that biological organisms, including this one, are a means for consciousness, which is our fundamental self, to experience maximum diversity. So, as you've noticed, I've always taken the position that consciousness is not a byproduct of material processes, but rather the fundamental reality from which all experiences arise, including the experience that we call body, mind, and the physical world. This view, of course, aligns with the notion that consciousness is all the things I mentioned: infinite, an indivisible field of awareness, underlying and giving rise to all phenomena. So if you accept this assumption, you have to begin somewhere. The assumption that consciousness is the ontological primitive, then consciousness is not bound by time or space and exists independently of physical forms, including biological organisms. The emergence of life can then be seen as a process through which this universal consciousness manifests itself in increasing complex forms to explore and experience diversity. Biological organisms, with their unique sensory and cognitive capacities, act as localized expressions, or you might say interfaces, just like this computer is an interface, of this universal consciousness, enabling it to engage with the physical world, which is its own production, in myriad ways. Because the physical world is a species-specific perceptual activity in a biological organism. This perspective suggests that evolution is not, as I've said before, a mechanistic process, but a dynamic unfolding of consciousness seeking to diversify its modes of experience, its modes of experience of itself. In this framework, the diversity of life is not just a biological phenomenon, but a reflection of consciousness's intrinsic drive to know itself through varied perspective. In fact, that's what we're doing right now, knowing ourself. Know thyself, the first term. So, what I'm saying is that each biological organism represents a unique lens through which the universal consciousness perceives and interacts with its environment, thereby enriching its experiential repertoire. So life can then be viewed as a vehicle for consciousness to explore the multiplicity within the unity of existence. And we are that existence aware of itself. Atman is Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. So you existed before life as consciousness. Since we have the ability to go back to the source through transcendence of all concepts and perceptions and actually experience ourselves as that, we can say with confidence, I am that, you are that, all this is that, that alone is. Atman is Brahman. So you were there before the Big Bang and you experienced it as the Big Bang in non-local awareness. And now you're experiencing this also in non-local awareness, which is who you are. Okay, my current book is Digital Dharma, How to Use AI to Elevate Spiritual Intelligence, Personal Well-Being. And if you want to continue engaging with me, then keep having a conversation with deepakchopra.ai. Thanks, friends.